Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Unemployed Pinoy CEO. I'm your host, Francis San Diego. Today's episode, we have a very, very special guest with me. He's a friend of mine. He has a doctor degree in physical therapy, and he is also an entrepreneur. Allow me to introduce to you Mr. or Dr. Lito Ortiz. Hello, Lito.
Hey, Francis. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, and I'm happy to be here. I'm actually excited and nervous at the same time.
Don't get nervous. Don't worry. We you got this. Okay. So anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm so honored to have you. For all the viewers out there, guys, Lito has been a friend of mine for like 5 years, right?
Yeah,
or 6 years,
it's 5.
I believe. Yeah, we met in
that.
one of the networking company that we cannot mention. Then since then we kind of like cross paths every now and then because of like some similarities or like same business mindset so to
yes.
speak, right? So anyway, since I'm so happy to have you here, please tell us, who is Dr. Lito Ortiz?
Well, Lito Ortiz, everybody. I've been in the U.S. since 2001. That's actually, I was an immigrant, and I migrated here on that time. I'm still college at that time, so I was back and forth. That was, I think that was 2001 at that time. I was 19, and but I need to graduate, so I was third year college at the time for physical therapy in De La Salle University, and we're schoolmate.
Yes,
you came from the
LaSalle,
same
right?
school, so that's why we connected.
Yes,
I think
yes.
too as well. So so around that time, then came back here, settled in 2003. In 2003, I was like, it was a little bit of struggle at that time because, I'm starting a life, starting to, I was 21, pretty motivated to start the life that I want to have. So, so I have to wait a little bit because of I'm a foreign trained therapist, and I have to take the boards and all that. So credentials and everything needs to be done. So it took me about 2 years to wait for those paperworks. That is coming from the Philippines and here. And then around that time, the struggle for me is to find a job.
Yes.
Because all I know, I have never worked, only school, and home, all that. In the Philippines, the same.
It's like that.
It's like that. Like, you just focus on your school.
Yeah, they discourage you on, like, let's say if you're studying. Most parents in the Philippines don't encourage you to get a job. So what they do, the parents wanted you to just focus on studies and we'll take care of the rest.
That's true. Yeah,
right?
That's a Filipino culture, very Filipino culture.
Yes, that's
and so it was a little bit of struggle coming here because, number one, it's the language barrier. I remember, I always think of, I translate everything in Tagalog first, and then I speak the language, the English. So that was a struggle bit, and then also, how can you communicate pretty well with American people? So it was a struggle to find a job that will suit me while waiting for my papers for as a physical therapist. So I actually I was desperate. So I looked for a job. I went to Walmart. I think I even did Target. And also at that time, I remember Macy's and also Robinson's May.
Oh,
that was I was trying to interview on those companies as well, and then I found this job where I'm at right now too. Still to date, it's a therapy company. I was a therapy aide at the time, so I do a lot of cleaning. I clean up the rehab gym. I sanitize everything, all the equipments that they use. I follow therapists to,
So more, it's more of like everybody every person that I know started from the ground out. Definitely rank and file, right?
Sure.
So let me get back to what you mentioned. You mentioned about 2 years you have to wait, right? So I mean, can you share us that the process of you mentioned about the 2 year wait, right? The struggle and what you've dealt. For the viewers out there or our audience who's watching right now, can you please share what did you do, or why did it take that long? Is it because of the paperwork from the Philippines coming over here? Then I know I've experienced this. They have to translate all of the credits from the Philippines to here.
Yes.
So it's not like fully credited, right, when you transfer. So
Mm-hmm.
can you please share our viewers out there what's the process like for you at the time?
Yeah, a lot of probably a lot of like foreign trained therapists, nurses, other allied health for sure can relate on this, because see, I have to get all those paperwork from school, the credentials, the transcript from school, and it should be directly from school too.
Correct.
And the process in the Philippines kind of like slow a little bit.
Oh yeah, well, it's slow at that time. It's slower.
So it's slower at that time because there's no the internet and all that stuff. So that was struggle. But then I just have to wait, just be patient on everything. So around that time, I remember even did caregiving. Yeah, I did I have 2 patients at that time, and then while reviewing as well too, I work, and then I go to library and read, and I even I'm so tired at work, I sleep first for an hour in the library, and then
reset,
right? Yeah, to kind of have that, absorb those informations that I need to remember for the review.
I remember that time when I was studying. You know that triangle thing, Ernie Baron. Yeah, dilagay namin yun eh. Sabi kong ganun, when I put that on my head so that you will be sharp, mentally sharp, right? I was like, this is stupid. It's not working. I just go back to sleep and just review, right? So anyway, yeah. I mean, pretty much we're on the same era at that time, diba? So yeah, that process. I know for a fact that you've experienced these hardships where, you mentioned, you touched about it, the language barrier at the time. For us kasi nung nasa Philippines tayo, for all the viewers out here who's who grew up here, because back in the Philippines, when you are heard speaking English, they'll tease you. Oh, you're you're rich because you speak English. Yeah, konyo or whatever. Yeah, that's on our era at that time. So mostly students, or let's say the young fellows out there, they're scared to use English because they don't want to get teased at that time. So now when we come over here, we're forced. I mean, it's required to speak English. So that's why that process, I can relate to Lito at that time, because before when I came in here, I was my brother was here, right? So he was same year as you are. I was the only words that I speak is what. Ain't no cool, bro. Ain't no cool. So it was he was laughing at me at that time. But as you gotta get yourself out there in terms of
you gotta adopt to the
because
change.
I don't know if you can relate to this, but mostly when you talk to foreign nationalities, like the one who was right here, they don't mind if you speak differently, or your accent is different.
Yes.
So they don't mind, unlike the fellow Filipinos. Oh no, that's not the right word, you correct it like that. So anyway,
That's
so
true.
So getting back to your experience, so for physical therapy, you're reviewing, right? You're taking the credentials, right? So what's the process like for you when you're taking that one? So that's in the span of 2 years, right?
Yeah, in the span of 2 years, I was trying to review, trying to actually motivating myself to pass the test, basically. And I think my mindset at that time is just to be successful and one take. But it's different. The culture is different here. So I actually didn't pass a test the first time. However, there's some lucky strike that happened at the time. they did some they reconvened, I think the boards reconvened for physical therapy for California, and then they said, oh, we're lowering the passing rate at the time, and there are only 5 of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5 of us that they reconvened, and they said, okay, let's call this 5 physical therapists that actually on the borderline of passing when they lower the percentage, and I was one of those, and I'm really elated at that time. I remember I was driving, and the first person that I called was my wife.
Yes. Oh, Cecil.
My wife, yes.
Shout out to Cecil.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Okay.
So she's the first one I called at that time, and I remember I was driving the freeway, 91 freeway, 605, 91 junction. Yeah. I have to stop because I was so happy and excited because I was like, finally, like I'm not gonna take the test anymore. And I was actually getting ready to get the biometrics and all that stuff again, and to do the whole process, because if you don't pass, right, you have to do the whole shebang. Yeah, retake, and then also the process of getting the biometrics and paying. And I was like, I was a rehab tech, and I don't have the means to just pay another $800 to do those things. So that was the story of that, passing the test.
Nice. That's great to hear. Actually, he mentioned about that he didn't at first, not knowing that it's meant to be changed right at that time.
Yeah.
So I guess that's meant to be.
It was lucky, very lucky.
I mean, I guess it's more of like perfect timing, I guess.
That's true.
Right? I mean, I've heard this a lot of times that, it's like it's meant to happen, whether we like it or not, or something like that, right? Yeah. So anyway, so for that one, after you pass that test as a physical therapy, what's the next step? What did you do at that time?
So I became a physical therapist, and I work hard. Yes. I even do overtimes. I just accept everything. Yeah. Like I remember, I'm pretty ambitious. I'm pretty motivated to be able to achieve the goals that I want to be. Like I have this. I don't do the boards. The dream boards thing. Yes. I don't do that. But I in my mind I see
set already.
It's set right there. That at the age of like 20 something, I'm gonna be this.
So you manifested it already. Right?
Yeah, I see it, and it's pretty clear to me that what I want to be.
That's nice. Nice to hear. It's inspiring, actually, bro. So I mean, you mentioned about that dream board. It's like a dream. They call it a dream board, right? You put whatever your vision. It's like your vision. Right, you put it on board, and for example, you wanted a car, Lambo, you put it there. You put a house or whatever, you put it there. So I mean, definitely, it's a true testament. Some of my previous guests are like also have that vision, like they manifested it and they achieved it, which is inspiring. So anyway, so after that one, so how long did it take for you to let's say from being a physical therapy, what motivated you to do more? Because we're going to the next step. We're only talking about his physical therapy profession. This guy is like a jack of all trades. He does a lot. It's like a Swiss Army knife. Like whatever a person can do in terms of just to professionally do for a living, he does it. Right. So anyway, tell us about that journey, and how long did it take for you to from being a physical therapy to an entrepreneur?
Well, actually, I think it's an innate behavior on me. I think it's because I think I I'm gonna tell you, like when I was a kid and elementary school, I actually sold the ice candy. I sold that to my classmates, and I remember I was called by the principal because a lot of littering happening in the school, and I was
the drippings.
The plastic of the ice candy. Yeah. So the principal was like, "Who is selling this and responsible for this?" And I was like, I am. I am selling it. And then so that was my first experience of maybe being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And then also I actually did some like what do you call this? I have my first computer at that time, and I think I'm the only one that had a computer at that time. And then I printed out some of the projects, the cell, the project. You have to draw a cell, but what I did, I draw a cell on the computer, and it was computerized, and I just put like the mitochondria in different places, and then I sold it to my classmates too, for 10 pesos.
Oh, there
I remember
you go.
at that time. So
okay.
so I started my mindset, I think, when I was younger. And then once I started working as a physical therapist, I saw some, businesses like, oh, okay, they do registry. I started the registry, and I become more. I wanted to research more about it, so I did. I researched, and I was like, oh, okay, that was pretty easy. I think I can do that. So I started that. I hired physical therapist. I started with myself. Then later on, I expanded by getting other physical therapists that looking for a job for extra, and
so you're like a resource at that time,
like a registry,
registry.
So if the home health needs a physical therapist, I started that. So I started that around maybe 2 years from being a physical therapist, and then after that, I started looking into something else because I'm like I get bored pretty easy on what I do, but then. Not just that, I think I want to innovate more. Like I want to learn other things as well. I went to the Moventics.
Yeah. We're going to. You mentioned about that. You can tell the viewers out there. One of his businesses is Moventics, right? So maybe you can share our viewers.
It's a software company that I started. I don't want to have a business yet at that time. It was more an idea of an app. I conceptualized an app for physical therapists.
When was this again?
This was I think
2013, right?
Around that, around 12 and 13.
See? And at that time, because for all the viewers out there, for our guest, the app business starting
booming
at the time. That way, like a lot of people out there are trying to get an app because it's like really so complex. It's complicated that it was priced high. That time.
That's true.
So, but there's only a few business owners that can afford it at that time. That luckily, Lito like really ventured out on having that one. So tell the viewers what's the process like when you started that Moventics, right?
Moventics. Okay. So we name it Moventics because at that time I started naming it differently, but it's UPCEO Plus. But then there's a kinesia tape. I don't know if you're familiar with kinesia tape. Okay. So the lawyer of kinesia tape actually wrote a letter to me and says that it's the name, I cannot use the kinesio, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, okay. And I don't want to be like, pay a lot of money just to change the name, or just to fight for the name that I want. So what I did is just follow. Okay, let's just change Moventics. But anyway, I just want to share the journey of that because I think it's really important for the viewers to know that
journey.
That it doesn't mean that I'm a physical therapist. I cannot venture out to software, right?
Exactly.
So I just had an idea. Like I was just dreaming of something that I think I can do something different, outside the box idea for the physical therapy. And so I did. I wrote. Because if I have an idea, I write it down.
Jot it down. Yeah.
I draw on my notebook and I conceptualize it. And I was like, oh shoot, okay. What should I do with it? Right? It's an idea.
Yes.
So I thought about like there's a website called I think at the time it's Elance. It's a freelancer for app developer.
Yes.
So I found somebody in there, and then it was a failed one for the first one, and then the second one I didn't. I failed once for that, and I didn't. It didn't deter me to stop. So I moved forward and kind of like just okay. I still want to do this. Even though I failed for the first time, I lost money as well too, and then so I still moved forward, and then I found my partner. So for Moventics, he's an Indian, and and we become friends. And until now, we're friends, and we're still
Nice.
doing
Connected,
Moventics
yeah.
software. So the app actually is for physical therapists. It takes video, and it communicates to the family members. So,
Yes.
like for example, we're doing therapy in the facility in a clinic. I take video of their mom or their dad or whatever family members that walk today, and that communicate directly to them, and they're really happy.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was more of like a passion to me to like make my patients happy and the family as well.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I mean, that particular instances, it's inspiring to know that you didn't stop. Yeah, I mean, we this is what we're trying to share to the viewers, that no matter obstacles that you've experienced, you gotta keep on pushing forward, especially when you believe in your concept.
Yes,
Right?
that's true.
You believed in the concept and you still don't want to stop until you create it and put it into like put it all together in a finished product, right? So that's inspiring, bro. So now before we move on to the next one, let's make some shout outs. I mean, we have some viewers out there.
Sure.
Maybe we
Let's
can check it out. Okay, we can do some shout outs. Maybe do the honors first, bro. You can shout out your wife, family, friends.
Yeah, my wife, Cecilia Ortiz. I think I can see it right there on
Yes.
the
Shout out to you,
screen.
Cecil. By
My
the way, guys.
kids.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we met. Lito and I met into like I mentioned earlier, into a company, and somehow we crossed our paths there, and it's good to know that we think alike somehow in terms of like business. So it's very inspiring. So yeah,
Have the same mindset. So
yes.
yeah.
Shout out.
Oh yeah. I see Gilbert right there
Yeah,
too.
Gilbert. Shout out to Gilbert.
Hey
Yeah.
Gilbert. Some of my colleagues are in there as well too. I think Venus is watching. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes. Wendy.
And
our
Wendy.
fat lady.
Wendy, thank you,
She's-
Wendy.
Guys, just to let you know, please do check out this lady. She's going to launch her show, the Wendy Lindo Show.
I'm excited about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I think it's
and,
gonna be a hit.
Later on, we're going to make some announcements about when is she going to launch it and everything. Then next
I'm really
is
excited.
Tita Maribel. Shout out to you.
Hey, Tita Maribel.
Yes, she's the mother of Dolph, the one
Oh,
you
the
saw
one I
on the.
met.
So shout out to Dolph and Mon,
Hello,
Bill. Shout out
everybody.
to you guys. Then who else? Lito. Maybe you can do some shout outs.
Your wife is right watching.
Yeah, well, she
Thing is
had-
right there.
Yeah. Hi, babe. Shout out to you. Okay, and then my dad,
Nice.
parents, Frank and Pearly San Diego. I love you guys. Shout out to you. Mon.
Look at
Christina
that.
Melia. Shout out to you, sister. And who else?
There's a lot watching.
Yes, I know, right?
That's
That's why
nice.
it's exciting to know that it's really fun to see that there's like some viewers out there and you can communicate. That's why what we do here.
This is fun.
Oh yeah.
I can get used to it.
Oh yeah. You'll be once you pop, you can't stop. I mean, believe me, this is my second season for a reason. Ah, see, it rhymes,
That's
right?
Wow, look at you. You're rhyming. now, too.
Yeah, maybe I can be a rapper someday.
That's the next gig.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, it's fun. Okay, guys, shout out to you. So now for the next part, right? So we talk about Moventics. Share to the viewers what's your next venture that you came across. Like, what business did you do? So for sure, being a physical therapy is like your full time, right? At the time, once you're building up that business venture that you started, because I know for a fact that it's hard to start a business from the ground up. So for a living, how do you manage your time with that one?
I think it's just more of a mindset. Like I think it's sometimes my wife will tell me, how do you do all this? It's crazy. And she's like, I'm just thinking about your schedule and, everything that you do. She gets tired of it.
Yeah,
But I think the key is she's very supportive. And also the mindset. My mindset towards things that I do, and also the focus that you have and time management, right? So Yeah, at that time, so there was a little bit of lapse on like innovating. I focused more on the career that I have at that time because the business are running by itself. Actually, my register is still doing good until now, and I'm really happy that it just by itself. Like
It's running by
it's
itself.
running by itself.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, so yeah, and then I kind of like climbed the ladder a little bit in my career as a therapist. I became a director of rehab and in one of the facility in Downey. And then after that, they kind of like just I became just recently, a few years ago, the like a regional, like a therapy, they call it therapy resource in the area. So I manage like LA area and Orange County area. We have about 16 buildings around here. We have skilled nursing facilities and outpatient.
So you mentioned about being a regional director. Is that it? Oh, yeah.
Manager.
So, regional manager. So what do you do as a regional manager? And how, like you mentioned about the 16 facilities, right? So how does it work though, being a regional manager?
We develop a lot of leaders. We call our, we call the company, we call our company a leadership company because we develop leaders. We try to disseminate leadership.
Okay.
So it's not just coming from the top. It's not just coming from one person. It's everybody in the building, everybody, the staff are leaders. They have that in them, and we develop that, and we encourage it so that because the thing is, the definition of being successful, of being a leader, is when you leave a place, and then it doesn't fall apart.
Oh, okay.
That's the definition of
it's solid.
Successful. Yeah,
it's
solid,
a solid foundation.
Foundation, yes. Yeah, when you leave, they still thrive. So that's the definition for me of a successful leadership.
Yeah.
And we develop, pretty much each and every building.
Wow, that's
that we
nice.
have.
That's inspiring to hear that you've started that one. So yeah, I mean, okay, so we talked about this one, right? That's like what, a total of like being a physical therapy. You became a regional manager, then you're running Moventix, then what's the other business?
The
registry, right? So that's 3. I bet you the way I see it, Cecil is like really, how can you do that? So I mean, maybe we can share the viewers out there, how do you manage it? What's besides that, like you mentioned about the mindset, right? I know it must be daunting for you. So how do you keep up with everything in the schedule? So the reason why I ask is I wanted to get your mindset on how did you manage it, so that maybe we can share to the viewers that it can help them also. So
I think for me, it's the people that you're surrounded with. Right.
There.
So like number one is my wife, very supportive. And then also the people that you lift up.
Yes.
Right. So people that you're surrounded with, if they're, if you build people that are great, we call this like if you build the right people on the bus, right?
Oh, okay.
So if you build the right people on the bus, and you lead them, every time because you're the driver, right? So every time you drive, they just follow.
Yes.
They follow you, and then they respect you. So there's a kind of like, there's a hierarchy of leadership, right? So level 5 leader, level 4.
Correct.
So I want to be that kind of leader that they respect, and also not just follow because because of the title, right? I don't want that kind of leadership. So I want them to follow me because they respect me, and they want to be like me.
Oh, that's nice.
And
you're an inspiration.
So for me, that's how I see things. So I build it. It's not about me. It's about the people.
Yes.
That that you are leading.
Yes,
so
yes. That's
so nice. I think that's how you can like if you put the right person in here, the right person there, and the right person there, you can sleep.
Yes, and leave it alone, and because you know that you're calm because you know that you got the right person for the job, and it's gonna help. They're helping you out, and vice versa. Because with your leadership, definitely they know for a fact that it's gonna be effective.
There's a trust and respect with each other.
So, like, let's say, okay, now that you've achieved those, right? So maybe you can. What's the struggle like? The process from being the moment you passed your physical therapy up to the point where you're like a regional manager. For sure, you have some ups and downs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. That's life. So maybe you can touch up some of the struggles that you've encountered, and how did you cope up with it?
I think when I don't think it's a struggle. It's probably because it's as a physical therapist, I don't have the degree of the doctorate at that time, and so a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, get the doctorate so that you will be able to use that to progress or something like that. And I was like, I'm just probably too old for that.
No.
So,
yeah,
but short story. I actually did, and it was the best decision that I made.
Yes.
Not just because of the title of it, but I think it's more of the self-fulfillment.
Yes, I bet. Yeah, because you achieved the highest ever. Like, you tried yourself out. You tested yourself out in how far can you go in the physical therapy world, which you achieved, which is inspiring. So
yeah, so it's just more of a self-fulfillment and satisfaction, and also the things that I learned along the way too, and the friends that I made. Like all my DPT classmates. Hello, guys.
Shout out to you, DPT classmates.
Shout out to you guys. Yeah, I miss you.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's not more of a struggle. I think it's more of the choices that I need to do along the way. Because I think for you not to be stagnant with what you have, you have to be hungry all the time.
Okay.
Being hungry meaning you have to improve yourself.
Strive to be better. Yeah.
Strive to be better. Strive to be the best version of you. That's
go.
actually my motto.
Yes.
My motto is like every time I present myself, I want to be the best version of me every time. Like Lito 2.0, Lito 2.3.
Yes. Always upgrade yourself.
Always upgrade yourself. And also, I think for me, I don't wanna compete with others. Right? I want to compete with myself.
Yes. You know what? I like that because I've heard that also. I forgot who I heard it from, but it's one of the influencers that I've been following. Maybe it will come back to me. But I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So because you're the only one that can hold you back. Right? Yes. Yeah, like I always tell this to my friends that I'm trying to motivate because sometimes like, okay, I don't have time, I don't have this. Well, there always be no time unless you decide to just do it. Just do it and make sure that you give your 110%.
Yes.
And effort with everything that you do, right? So like I said, it's not more of a struggle for me. It's more of like, how can I keep up, because I'm running for myself, right? I'm like always want to be the best of myself, right? So the struggle for me is like, how can I be better, Yes. So what I do, I read books, but I don't have time to read books. So what I did is audibles. So I do a lot of audiobooks.
Like motivational or
some motivational, but a lot of leadership.
There
books,
you go.
A lot of entrepreneurial books as well too. I love those. I love. I have the app Headway. I use a lot.
Headway, guys. Just to let you know, Headway. Okay, maybe it can help whoever, right?
Yeah, Headway. Yeah, you guys. It's very inspirational. Every time I play that when I'm driving.
Yes.
I don't have time at home because with the kids, it's kind of like crazy.
Totally different. You have to shift on different.
So when you're driving, you just focus on that and kind of like just internalize everything that you learn from it, and I do it a lot, like being hungry all the time.
That's nice. Yeah, because for me also, I my stuff. What I did, I tried to get some books. Yeah, I read some books. Actually, it's more of like a. I don't know if you're familiar with the funnel building, ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson. I follow that guy. All books, I got it. I read it, but it's more of like me, motivational because of all of the negativities that's happening in the right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get like affected. Then, believe it or not, all of the for YouTube, right? I play motivational videos, so I internalize it. I listen to it. Then even wherever I am, I always play it to the point that all of the videos I played already. So it's maxed out or something. But which it kind of like kept me, at like calm for fact that it helped me. So that's why it's inspiring to hear from you that how you approached it also and how it helped you stay focused, right? So anyway, you mentioned about that one, regional manager, right? What's another business step, or what step did you again take?
Well, actually, during the pandemic, before the pandemic, I was a little bit, I feel like stagnant again.
You're always hungry. That's why it's inspirational, guys. This guy is like really inspirational because that's why every time I see him through social media, he's up to something. He's in like school reviewing for his doctorate degree, and he's doing businesses which he's about to mention shortly. So next.
Yeah, so like I said, I get bored, but then I said, I want to learn something else, and then I keep on hearing about real estate. Real estate, like they said, that's where the money is, and it's something that very that you can touch.
Yes.
When it comes to investment. Yes. So I was like, I want to learn that. I want to be able to know what's the ins and out of it. And so this guy, one of my he is actually a tenant of mine when I went to Texas. He rented out one of our house in there, and he's doing like flips and
flipping
houses, and then buy and sell basically. And I was like, I want to learn what you
you got curious,
I want to learn
right?
that too. So I was like, okay, one day I'll be I'll be getting in touch with you, and we'll do business together. And fast forward 2019, end of 2019, we started a business together. It's Bankhead.
Okay.
Properties. Yeah.
So
Bankhead Properties.
Talk to the viewers out there about Bankhead Properties. What is Bankhead Properties, and what do you do with in that company that you started?
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder. Shout out to my my partner Corey. If you're watching,
Corey.
Yeah, if you're watching. So Bankhead actually started with, like I said, with me being curious about real estate investment and what he does with my partner, and I was like, I want to learn that too. And so I did my research. I did my and then I told Corey, we want to do this. I want to do this. So I said, we're gonna make our own company, a holdings of properties, and that's why it's all started right there. And now we have about 7 properties out in Texas.
Yes.
And we have 3 lake houses by the lake. So and then also some east and north Texas, Dallas area. Yes. We have some properties in there, and one actually is ready. The one in Greenville, Texas.
Greenville, yes.
Yeah, Greenville, Texas. It's ready to go. We'll be posting that officially, hopefully this week. We have some, pictorials and all that stuff happening on the background. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's I'm very, very excited. And this is actually the year for us for Bankhead, because all the pandemic that happened last year, no activities happened with us. So this year,
and especially
is
the natural disaster that happened to Texas, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it was a little bit of a a roadblocks for us, but like I said, never take that as
an excuse,
an excuse not to move forward, right?
So maybe you can invite the viewers out there to, guys, kindly hear Lito out in terms of like maybe he's gonna invite you to check out the Bankhead. So.
Yeah, guys, if you can visit our website, www.bankheadproperties.com. You can find all the properties that we have in there that's available. For sure, the available one is the Greenville one, Texas, and one in Dallas. If you guys are interested on buying one of those houses, just PM me or shoot an email in there on our website, and we'll definitely get back to you. We have some agents that will be working with you on that.
There you go. So guys, kindly check it out. Okay, I mean, we're lucky to be part of it because my wife invested with Lito, so we're excited for that one. So anyway, so now Bankhead Properties, right? What's another in your back pocket? What another business venture you're into, my friend?
Well, actually, during the pandemic, my wife was like, "We probably need something to do, right?" So I was like, "Okay, let me think of something."
So Cecil got bored also.
Yeah, she got bored. I was like, "Okay, let me think of something that we can do." So, and it's been like also in the back of my mind to do e-commerce.
Yes.
And then I was like, I don't know anything about e-commerce. But then a friend of mine, Christian, hi Christian, actually, he has been doing the Amazon drop shipping at that time, and I was like, I got curious a little bit, and I asked him, Christian, how can I start something like that? How can I? So I learned a little bit. I asked him all the questions. How do I get the manufacturers and all that stuff? I did my own research as well, and he gave me all the things that behind the scene. It's actually a lot.
Yes.
A lot behind the scene. All those you have to call the shipping company and all that, the taxes, all that. So it was fun for me because, like I said, I'm always hungry to learn new things. So I learned that and kind of like, oh wow, okay, this is cool. So the Bax was born. So we conceptualized this. Me and my wife, we've been talking about the name because what would be the best name for this? And we were like, maybe the box, like the box. So the Bax, B-O-X, the box sounds like. Yes. This sounds like the box. So so we started with that, and since it's pandemic, so we started all that all the what do you call it, the thermometer.
Yes.
Everything about sanitizing. We have the UV light in there. The sprayer.
Actually, it's like fitting at that time because the need for it. Because let me share this to viewers because what I like about his Lito's vision is like if there's an opportunity, he digs deep onto it. Like he researches and he went at it. Like I can imagine you have multiple businesses at that time. So maybe you can, for e-commerce, you mentioned about e-commerce. Luckily, I introduced you to Mr. Koval himself. Shout out to you, Mr. Bernard Ko.
Hey, sir.
He's one of the most successful e-commerce guy here. Then maybe you
can learn a lot more.
From him.
For me, it's always under construction, learning. So I am not a know everything guy.
Yes.
I want to learn from the best. So for sure.
That's good. Yeah.
Sir Bernard, I'll definitely call you. And
he's going to bug you, Bernard.
We're going to have some chat together and learn from the best, right?
Yes. Definitely. Yeah, you won't disappoint. Yeah, I got that guy. I learned a lot from him. He's also one of my mentors. So now, good thing I remembered. Now, with all your experiences thus far, who are your mentors that you think that you listen to, you look onto, or you go back to in terms of like getting some advice? Who are your mentors? If you can share it to the viewers out there.
Actually, the first, it's not a mentor at first. It's more of like an awakening, right?
Okay.
I remember reading Rich Dad Poor Dad book.
Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki. That was my very first book that kind of like awakened me a little bit on the financial side matters. And and it started there. And then my boss at that time, I think, when was that? 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around 2010. Hey, shout out to David. He actually introduced me to his best friend, and he did this. We went to his office and kind of like talk about, open heart surgery. It's more of a open heart surgery in a way that you open your mind
Oh, okay. I see what
into
you mean.
something, to
It's
something
not
big.
like literal, okay,
No, it's
guys?
not literally open heart surgery. And he was like writing on this board. It's a whiteboard, a big
Whiteboard,
one.
yeah.
The whole wall actually
Yes.
is a whiteboard.
Whiteboard.
And he was writing in there. It was very inspirational to me.
That's good. That's good.
And it seems like it becomes more of like he becomes a hero to me at the time. Kind of like just it opens up a lot of
Okay.
mindset for me.
Yeah,
So,
it opened up the world
The
for you,
world,
like the
the
ideas and
ideas,
everything. Then now you know that you can, if you put your mind into it, that you just go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like, okay. So now, okay, I don't know. How deep are we going to go in terms of your business? What's the next after backs? The backs. Do you have any business venture that you're into also?
Well, like I said, I'm always open for opportunities, and as we were discussing today, I got excited about.
He just came in here with a friend. Shout out to our
Hey, I have Suter in here
Suter, yeah.
watching
Shout out
as
to
well
you,
too.
Suter.
Yeah,
So
all the way back from the Philippines. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So he just came in with the suitor. Then they're talking about business. So this guy is like a what do you call this? A knife, a Swiss Army knife. You have a
Yes.
lot of in your pocket at the time.
yeah.
So yeah, that's great to hear, guy.
Always, if there's an opportunity that knocks, just always look at it and also do some smart risk taking,
yes,
and see if it's good fit for you. Then move forward. I mean, there's nothing to lose, right?
yes. I mean, yeah, you mentioned about that one, smart risk taking, right? A lot of because a lot of people out there, they're scared to take a risk. I also heard this quote that what is the meaning of insanity? Have you heard about it? Insanity is like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, which is by definition, he said, it's insanity.
Insane.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, if you wanted to change the path of your life to be better, you got to do something, take some risk, which what you shared to our viewers, you got to be smart about taking some risk. It's not just risk then gung-ho and whatever, right? It's like you well thought, you research
everything.
then you think the pathway where it's going to lead you to. I mean, for me, honestly, I learned that the hard way also, latter part. Like, okay, because for a fact that I believe that you also experience some rejections or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely, it's hard. So yeah, I mean, maybe we can touch that one up. So with the rejections that I've experienced, how did you handle it? Did you let's say, do you reject, forget about it, and move on? What's your?
For me, rejection actually, I become more stronger with rejections. I learned it from some of the mentors that I had from before. They said that every time you have a no, so like somebody say no to you, you put that as a vitamin, like a no. So no, okay, I got a vitamin A.
Yeah.
Another no, another vitamin. So you feel good and you feel better, and it becomes like a challenge for you to prove to those people that they're wrong.
Oh yeah,
You're
go.
wrong.
There you go.
I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna prove it to you.
I'm gonna prove it to
that
you.
this
I'm
is-
gonna make it happen, and you're wrong.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good. Okay. So, I mean, dude, that's really nice. I mean, it's really fun to have you here. Then, I mean, for our viewers out there, guys, please do check out. I mean, maybe you can share to them, where can they follow you? Like for all your businesses, maybe you can share it to the viewers right now. Like you can start with the businesses. I guess
Well, you can start with the box health. We have a page in there. You can look for the name, the Bax Health, and then also we are going to be starting to accept cryptocurrency as well too on the box. We're trying to it's very popular right now.
Let me touch up with that one.
Sure.
Crypto, okay. So you mentioned about crypto. I know for a fact that crypto nowadays are like really gaining ground, like it's gaining popularity. I myself, I invested a little bit on Dogecoin, which is because of Elon Musk, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He kind of like pitched it and blah blah blah. Only a little, because me right now I'm investing in something like gears, because I have a longer long term goals, right? So tell us about your crypto experience. Or why did you? Because we saw in your the box that you're accepting crypto. What made you decide to accept crypto now? That
I'm following this. I believe in cryptocurrency since 2017, right?
Okay.
When the hype was really high with Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, yeah.
And I think I believe actually that this is the future of currency. And until now, it's like getting stronger and stronger, and now we have this Dogecoin that's very popular.
Yeah.
And I'm a follower of the Reddit
Community.
Dogecoin community. And I believe in that. It's because it's only real. Money is only real when you believe in it, right?
Oh,
it's the same thing with cryptocurrency. It's only real if you believe in the cryptocurrency.
Yeah, okay.
And if the community believes in it and they use it, then it's real, right?
Yes,
it's real.
yes,
And we have supporters. So the more supporters, the more people in the community use it, then it will be
real.
It's going to be a regular thing.
Yeah, I mean, with all of this, the popularity of, definitely Bitcoin. I remember Bitcoin when it was like around, dipped down to three grand.
Yeah.
Then I'm not paying attention to it because my focus is different at the time. Then all of a sudden it reached 50 grand. What the
I know, right? 60 the other month.
At that time it stayed up to 10 grand, then it dipped down to like 3 grand. Then all of a sudden when I came back, it's like 50 grand. Wow.
No, we only know, right?
Yeah. So
we're
that's
be
why
billionaires.
It's like, I guess for me that's a missed opportunity, but it's okay because we have all of our like different paths and everything. So for me, I made it to a point that I don't have any regrets because I have my own, all of us have our decisions to make, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So now you mentioned about the crypto, right? So what type of cryptocurrency are you accepting? Do you accept all cryptos, or there's like a specific?
We're
crypto?
probably going to be starting with like the most popular ones. It's not there yet on the website. We're working on the background of it, and we're trying to put some the wallets that we're setting it up right now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Setting it up in the process, and we'll have a big announcement on when it's going to start.
Okay,
accepting.
So like you for cryptocurrency, I know there's a lot of process behind it because it's new. Definitely as a business owner, when you incorporate the payment of cryptocurrency, it's going to be a process.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe what made you how did you find where to start with that one? Did you research, or somebody just suggested that to you? Or
it's more of a research for me. I research it first, make sure that it's how can I maximize the potential of it too. I actually started it because of the Dogecoin.
Yes, I know, right?
It's very popular, and people are really supporting businesses that are using Dogecoin. And if you're doing business, right, you have to use and ride the popularity as well too.
Oh yes.
And people will help you. So I think that's how it started too. The idea of like, might as well just do it as well. And also I believe in making it real.
As a business owner, that's a smart move on my opinion, because crypto, it's like stocks, right?
I know.
It goes up. It depends on how you're gonna manage it or something. But yeah, definitely.
We're actually thinking of that for Bankhead as well too, for properties. But it's a little bit complicated because it's more of it's property. So, and it goes up and down. It's very drastic. So maybe in the future we'll
Yeah.
definitely think
Depends
about
on the situation.
Yes.
All right, guys. So yeah, I mean, just to let you know, yeah, like Lito mentioned, his business, the Bax Health, is accepting cryptocurrency, specifically Dogecoin,
Dogecoin, and
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bitcoin is
Mhm.
yeah, I mean,
And maybe
Bitcoin.
Cardano
There
as
you
well.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. So, I mean, yeah, okay, that's a really great. I'm really happy to have you here, my friend. So,
Me too. Me
yeah.
too.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, getting back to before we end, please, again, finally tell the viewers out there where can they follow Lito? What's the social media handle? And I mean, you can start with your own businesses. I know it's gonna take time, guys, but yeah, believe me.
No. Well, you can find me Lito Ortiz for sure for on social media. We have some Instagram as well too. For Bankhead, we have the Backs as well too. The Backs Health. We have Facebook page and we have Instagram page as well too. So yeah, those are it. Yeah. So
Oh.
thank you for having me here. I'm really
Yeah.
happy that I did.
Yes. Then just to maybe we can announce it on a later time, depending on later on me and Lito, also with our latest family member Wendy and Mr. Bernard Co will talk afterwards.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Something will come up with Mr. Lito. This guy is like really something. I mean, for me, what I learned is like you gotta associate yourself with like-minded people, and I'm fortunate enough to know these guys. So, again, guys,
Me too. I'm happy to
yeah,
to meet you for sure.
Okay, guys. I mean, again, thank you very much, Lito, for being one of my best guests, and
Thank you.
hope we can have you here again. And guys, this is another great episode that we've had. Again, this is Francis San Diego, and I'm your unemployed Pinoy CEO. Thanks, guys.